The meaning of the movie. Author Orpheus for reading 5 minutes. Published on the 22nd of April 2021. Updated on the 22nd of April 2021. An army medic was part of the war effort in Iraq. When the character returned home, he immediately sensed that something was wrong. Nico Walker had undiagnosed post-traumatic stress disorder. Heavy memories of past events prevented the character from living a normal life. The hero of the motion picture needed to abstract himself from the harsh reality. Over time, the character did not manage to cope with his feelings and emotions. Nico Walker began to abuse opiates. The hero of the film did not realize that he was sliding into the abyss, to get out of which is extremely difficult. It is about these events that the movie, Down the Slope, tells about. The problem of post-traumatic stress disorder is often found in movies. The Russo brothers told the audience a story based on real events. In the movie can be distinguished several chapters, each of which has its own special atmosphere. Each part of the movie is a separate integral story. Initially, viewers see on the screens beautiful romantic episodes. But over time, they are replaced by cruelty and bloody military events. Iraq did not spare those who were in it during a difficult period. People could not stand it, for a frightening sight was spread before them. They broke down without a chance to rebuild. And the main character of the movie became one of them. Even after returning home, the hero of the movie could not come to himself. He should have helped himself, but instead he engaged in self-destruction of his personality. Every day. Step by step. Dose after dose. When the character could no longer control himself, he was capable of reckless behavior. He started robbing banks, because he saw no other way out. Addiction was stronger than the hero of the movie. The war changed the character beyond recognition. From a strong-willed person he turned into a man who had fallen to the bottom. He had no strength at all to get back up. He no longer lived. He didn't even exist. The character was living his life. He was beyond good and evil. Down the Slope, a drama, the storyline of which is not characterized by great originality. But this movie attracts with its sincerity and openness. The creators of the motion picture are not afraid to talk about addiction, about its manifestation. Initially, the life of the hero was bright and saturated. He made plans, set goals for himself, tried to realize what he had planned. But then everything went downhill. Why did everything go wrong, as the character dreamed? When did this turning point happen? The army completely changed the protagonist. She made such adjustments that can no longer be corrected. The army and the events associated with it, forever lodged in the character's head. The consequences of military actions left an indelible imprint on the entire further life of the medic. He became a completely different person. Only is it possible to cure the addiction of the character? Is someone ready to give him a helping hand? The hero of the movie chose the path that seemed to him the only possible one. After all, nothing helped him except opiates. And over time, the character began to rapidly fall downward. To the bottom. But he didn't go down alone. He pulled a close loved one with him. The character needed a dose. It was as if it had become his raison d'être. And now he had a constant need for money, which he didn't have. None at all. And went robbery after robbery. After watching the movie, Slanted, there is a special aftertaste. You want to talk about this work, you want to analyze it. This movie makes viewers think about their own lives. What does the existence of each individual person look like? Do people always do the right thing, for which they will not feel shame later? Despite the condemned, lowered below nowhere image of the main character, the audience begins to empathize with the character. How did the army medic get to such a life? And most importantly, why did he drag his beloved to the bottom? The character of the movie ruined not only his life, but also the life of a man who trusted him completely and considered him close. Dynamic strong movie, Down the Slope, is a dramatic story, from which goosebumps run down the arms. Is it possible to condemn a character who passed in human trials? Viewers see on their screens the whole range of emotions that appear on the faces of the heroes of the motion picture. The soundtracks used in the movie help people to abstract themselves from reality. They are immersed in a special atmosphere. They feel everything that happens to the main character, feel his metamorphosis. There are events that a person simply cannot change. He needs to either accept them or not. But it happens that actions and feelings are stronger than the man himself. And the character could not cope with them. He chose a path that many can condemn. But the hero of the motion picture saw no other way to drown out his heavy memories. His soul seemed to have died during the period of hostilities. From the character remained only an outer shell. These circumstances and events were not in his power. And the hero of the motion picture, Down the Slope, simply accepted his obvious fall to the bottom.